would you do if stuff that you did more than 30 years ago was suddenly a hit today? That's what's facing my Indole Ring. The Vancouver foursome never had an album in their heyday, but now, you know what? They're a hit in Germany. They have a CD here at home, like, go figure. Joining me now are two members of my Indole Ring. John King is the singer. Chris Dahl plays the drums. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, I guess I should say that this is pretty groovy, that, that you've been rediscovered. How does it feel?
It feels great.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
How did all this happen? You know, I mean, 30 years ago you had this band going and you were doing all this psychedelic stuff, and then now here you are, you've had your day jobs for all those decades, and somebody says these guys are pretty hip. What happened?
Well,
John?
You start.
Well, I don't know. We were pretty hip for a while, and I guess we were doing our own thing, and all of a sudden we had got together and played a little bit before this all happened, which was fine, and we got back together, but the call from Germany was the one that really triggered sort of getting us back into action.
Chris, tell me how that happened, the call.
Well, we were, I got a call from a friend who was listening to a local FM station in the morning, and it was a disc jockey, Fred Latrimo, who said that he had received an email from Germany from this record producer. They were looking for my Indole Ring. They wanted to record us, so I phoned the radio station, and we ended up contacting Thomas Hartledge in Hamburg, Germany, who specializes in reissues of psychedelic music from the 60s. And then John got on the email thing with him, and next thing we knew, we had a box full of old tapes, and we sent them over to Thomas, and we had a vinyl LP, which is around here somewhere.
Now, you actually didn't have any recordings when you were a band, is that right? So, I mean, this was demo tape stuff that you sent?
This was just old tapes, demo tapes that we'd recorded over the years, and we'd never actually made a record. We always regretted that. So this is manna from heaven, having a record at this point, 34 years later.
John, what did you say when you got that call from Germany and they said, you know, send us all these demo tapes, we want to put a vinyl together?
You just say yes, we have them. We'll get them ready. And then the panic set in to find even enough material that we didn't know if we even had enough that would be suitable to actually find or bring out of those tapes. And luckily there was. I mean, there's still a few sitting around, but it worked out very well that way. We were able to save a lot of the old material, and it sounds quite good. So it was nice.
So is your name going to be like on some kind of Walk of Fame thing now? You know, I mean, you're getting potloads of money?
Yeah, tell her, Chris, how we're going to retire soon.
Well, we're very disappointed that we didn't make the Queen's Jubilee, but hopefully there'll be a star on the sidewalk in Kitsilano.
Really, truly, how much did you get paid for this, for digging up these old tapes?
Oh, tons.
Come on.
Well, you know, there's been some awful rumors going around, but I can't really remember. We got paid, you know, probably under 2,000 American for the original concept, but there's pieces of the pie that come to us as it goes, but none of us have figured that we booked any tickets anywhere yet. But
now, where does it go from here in terms of your newfound fame?
Well, I'm not sure, except that
maybe we can get on a later show.
No way, you're not big enough stars yet, okay?
Oh, thanks. We've been working hard. We've got lots of new tracks. The band actually started practicing together long before this happened, and we put together, Chris thinks somewhere around 20 tracks are working on, and there was some original material, and we're hoping to come out with perhaps another release of some kind and do a little bit of playing.
Well, you know, every time we have singers on this show, I have to tell you that they just break out into song naturally. No. You know, it just happens. So I'm just going to sit here and wait for it.
No,
you got a bit of a wait on.
No, be kind. It's too early for singing.
Listen, I wish you guys the best. I think this is a wonderful story, and your comeuppance, as it were, 30 years later. You still look 20. Or was it, you were in your teens, I suppose.
You're very sweet.
And I hope you're all grown up and enjoy it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Great story. We're going to take a short break here on News World Morning. As we do, here's another sampling of My Indole Ring. Do you know what that means?